my god, we are live! And we're actually on time for once. Let's see, yes, you can hear me. And I'll introduce you to my esteemed guest co-host, Gabbe.
Hello.
Yes, and they can hear you as well. That is fucking amazing. Everything seems to be working. This show has been cursed for the past few weeks, but I think we're on track now.
I think it's me.
Yeah, yeah, just as because I think next week or the week after that, Christopher is returning, and so just as he's returning, everything seems to be working again. That's perfect. That's perfect. Well, hello and welcome back to Please Don't Livestream, and this episode, which I'm not actually sure what the title is. I thought on YouTube it's called like talking about our favorite high school stories. But I call it high school memories on Twitch. And I'm not sure which one I'm gonna pick. But either way, we're not gonna talk about our high school memories or stories. We're gonna talk about our favorite high school stories told on the silver screen, because we're a movie podcast or live stream or whatever. So that's what we're doing, and we're doing this sort of to celebrate Booksmart. I say celebrate because people seem to be like up in arms about that movie, and I mean, if you follow me here on YouTube, which you should, hit the subscribe thing, of course, you know that I liked it, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. And then you, Gabby, you just recently saw it, like last week or something?
Yeah, I saw it last week.
Yeah. What was your opinion?
I mean, because in the trailer they show like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and everything.
Yeah, they're really banking on it being like super well received by critics.
I mean, I liked it, but I wish I would have liked it more. It's kind of the same feel I got after seeing Black Panther.
Yeah,
it was all the spectacle around the movie, and I mean, I've seen that story before.
Right.
I mean, it's super bad.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Some people. Oh, I don't think you can see, but I have the trailer rolling in the background just to have something rolling. Yeah, a lot of people were like reluctantly referencing Superbad, but it is Superbad, but with two girls, and in 2019 instead of 2006 or whatever, 2007.
7, I think.
Yeah, it's just Superbad, not in a bad way. Because Superbad is a great movie. It's a cult. It has become a cult classic, and yeah, they're doing their own version of that. It's not a bad thing. It's just it's a.
I've seen it before, but there's some elements in this movie that I enjoyed more than Superbad.
Yeah,
and I think they should have like explored it more.
Exactly.
Like one of the characters that's super rich. I think he's like my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, but he's super underutilized.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so sad in many ways. I don't want to spoil too much, but I think they should have used him more.
Yeah.
Better way.
They totally blow him off as like this douchebag for like 90% of the movie. For some reason, it's so obvious that he's actually a good guy, just doesn't know how to handle how to act. Yeah. And I really like that actor. I gotta look him up. He's in this Netflix show called The Santa Clarita Diet. I don't know if you've seen it. The zombie.
I haven't seen
show.
it, but I have heard good things about it.
I don't want to like say, oh, it's really really good, but it's good. It's fun.
I heard it's like a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, like a solid.
That's a good rating.
Yeah, solid 3 out of 5, definitely. And the guy is called Skylar Gizondo. That's such a Californian name.
He's so charismatic in the movie, even though he's like a complete. He's an ass, not as an asshole, more like a dumbass.
Yeah, a doofus, an idiot. I don't want to say idiot, but almost like an idiot. And I don't know, we're going a little bit into spoilers here, but I don't think that matters. But I'll just say it. Oh, and there the trailer's over.
He's a minor character.
He's a minor character that they try to, like, towards the end, they'll try to play up as, like, the romantic interest almost. It's in a weird way. But it's so small in the actual movie that it's more like, okay, friend zone is basically it. It feels like.
Yeah. But I think let's not talk about the main character's relationship to that guy, but
no, it's weird.
Honestly, it's good. I like because it was kind of a Hollywood ending.
Yeah.
But I mean, they could have used, and besides him, it's Carrie Fisher's daughter, right? That's played the weird girl.
Yes, and I always forget what she's called. Oh, what her name is.
She played Princess Leia in.
She played Princess Leia?
Yeah, I think they like used her to play her, and like they did with Paul Walker's brother.
Well, she's in. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I know she's in The Last Jedi, but she plays like some random resistance fighter. Billie Lourd is her name. She's from Scream Queens as well. That's probably where I know her from. At first, she was in the first and second season of Scream Queens. Did you watch that show?
No, I've heard good things.
Yeah, it was like sort of a comedic spin-off of American Horror Story. The first season was really good. I wasn't super happy about the second one. But either way, there was also like a fun character that they kind of overdid. They wanted to make her like the cool character that everybody would remember, like Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, this weird side character. But they kind of overdid
all the side characters in Superbad. Like
exactly
a mix of all of them. I thought she was the funniest character.
Sure, yeah.
And because the Seth character is played by Jonah Hill in Superbad, and his younger sister, I think I've heard, in this movie. It's his sister.
Yes, they're related. It's either sister or like cousin. No, it's probably sister.
I think it is his sister.
Let me look. It's probably gonna be in her trivia. Let's see. Younger sister of actor Jonah Hill. Jonah
exactly.
Music manager Jordan Feldstein. Oh yeah, you said Jonah Hill. I thought about Seth Rogen. Right? Yeah.
Because his plays Seth Rogen in Superbad.
Oh right. He plays Seth.
And I think all the actors were good in the movie. They were believable.
Yeah.
The only thing that kind of bothered me was there were not enough white people in the movie.
Oh my god! Okay. Hey now, this is a woke stream, so choose your words, man. I don't have to cancel you.
I can say it because I'm.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
I'm Hispanic.
That's right. You're a non-white. You're a person of color, so you can say whatever you want. Go ahead. There's not enough white people in the movie, you say? All right.
Yeah.
I'll listen.
Because if you compare it to our upbringings and other high school,
and we should mention that I know I've mentioned my age, but we're born in the early 90s, late 80s. I'm born in 89. You're born in 90, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we're basically the same age, and when we were in high school, it was completely different. Well, it was very different, I should say, not completely different.
Because did you go to the same high school always, or did you transfer?
No,
like I did.
I went to the same high school.
1 second.
Yeah. Oh, his mom's calling for him. Look at him. Oh no. Don't be embarrassed. This is live TV. It's what happens, you know. I'll just have some water. Oh my god, I can't drink. Here we go.
Was my brother.
Oh, your brother. Okay.
Yeah, that was Hector, the oldest one.
Oh, okay. I've never met him. All right.
Oh,
well,
hi,
bye, hi, bye. Not enough white people. And when we were in high school, yeah.
I mean, it was not believable because I went to one of the better schools in our hometown, Mutvikskolan.
All right, yeah.
I was seen as a better.
It was literally on the right side of the tracks.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, I went there too. But that was elementary school.
Elementary school.
Yeah.
Junior high, basically.
Well,
equivalent mellanskolan is basically like a junior high.
I'd say that was, I don't know, you went to skolan as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would say that's junior high more like.
Yeah. But like middle school. What was the better middle school in our hometown?
Yeah.
And the only immigrants that were in our school were like 6 kids. Or
what?
If you think about it.
It
wasn't that many.
We had a.
I mean, at least that.
I mean, this is like. All right.
Because you had one guy, that I can remember, and I don't. It's because that's super weird, but I don't classify like Polish people as immigrants in that way.
I guess
if you look at them, they look white.
Yeah, I guess they're technically white. Yeah, Andrew Schultz, a comedian, he calls them the scary whites, and I guess that's what you could call them.
I remember there was me, at least in my grade, it was like, or the class of 90, the kids that were born in the 90s, we were like 6 kids. There were 2 Chinese guys, me, a Greek. And like 2 more. Yeah. It was not a lot. It was like we were like 3 Hispanic kids.
I never hung out with you young kids back then. But in my my class, I'm trying to remember because it's like over 20 years ago. Yeah. Yeah.
You had that guy.
We had that guy. I mean, he's a nice guy and everything. But yeah, it was that, and like we had one almost an African American girl, black girl, basically. And yeah, that was about it, I think. But it was a different time. I mean, 20 years ago.
Yeah, but compared to the other high school, that's one
thing. Oh,
saying,
sure. Oh, yeah.
The high school in Booksmart, or the school in Booksmart.
Yeah.
Because let's be realistic, because they're still. I've also heard about they're starting like this new kind of weird segregation in schools again in America.
Oh, okay.
I can't confirm that, but for example, that the materials that the school gets, it's dependent on how many white kids there are at the school. They get better funding.
Okay, based on. So they get better funding if there's less white people, I suppose.
No, more.
Okay.
Because money.
Okay.
And from what I can see, that school looks really good.
Yeah, it looked like a nice school. Not like a rich kid school, but it looked like a nice school.
Yeah, like an above average American school.
Yeah.
It looks basically like a Swedish school.
Yeah.
We can get proper education.
Yeah.
So I had kind of problem with that because there were a lot of. I mean, there were more people that weren't white that stand out in the movie.
So you're saying white people are a minority in that movie?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It sounds weird.
You're literally the alt-right right now. I'm kidding.
It was the opposite of whitewashing.
Yeah, and I noticed that too, and I mentioned that in my review. Like, but
it should be more realistic.
I guess
that's the only big problem I have, and some of the political agendas that the movie has in the topic.
It's very. I wouldn't say that it's like trying to force like progressive propaganda on you, but it is very, very progressive in how it portrays all the characters.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Without being preachy though. it's a little preachy maybe, but I mean, it didn't bother me really.
It didn't bother me as well. I just
Yeah.
thought they could have done it better. That's the thing. They could have done some parts better. And I get it's like her first big movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's her actual first.
And for that, I have to say it's a really good movie for being a debut.
Yeah. She's a pretty good director. I mean, that was the things I had the most problems with, though. I thought it definitely showed that it was her first time directing, especially when it came to like pacing and some of the like character development stuff. Because like the whole story is them, just like in Superbad, it's them trying to get to this party. That's basically the whole second act and most of the third act. And the second act takes up more than like 70% of the movie, and it's just them trying to get to the party and them getting into these wacky situations on the way. And it's during those moments that we're supposed to get all the like character development and them like realizing that affirming this fact that you don't actually have to be like a stuck up nerd or be book smart to actually get into a good school, because that's the whole thing. They've spent all their high school years just doing homework and doing all the after school extracurricular stuff.
Yeah.
To get into good schools, and then all their party friends are also getting into good schools or being headhunted by Google and shit, and they're like, oh no, we've wasted our lives basically. So that's why I have to finish it off with the greatest party of them all, the house party at so and so guy's house. I don't know.
Yeah, but like you said, you can tell it was her first movie, but you can also like sense that she can improve a lot.
Oh, definitely.
And all directors should strive to improve.
To improve, yeah.
And I think that I hope she makes another high school movie, because she had the feel of it, but I would like more realism. I know it's a movie. I know maybe sometimes we're expecting too much. You can, if you like compare it to one of the classic, because it's probably gonna be a modern classic. It's gonna be a cult hit, I think.
Do you think it is though?
Yeah, because I think it still tells a good story, because it's
but
still Superbad, but the reverse. You get the story of the nerds more, the people that these people that get bullied or get put down from other people, and they think that one day they're gonna serve me my coffee and have like this superiority complex against other people.
Yeah.
And the movie actually, when you think about it, says that no, you're not like the hero of the movie.
Right.
You're just as bad as them.
Yeah.
And it has an interesting character development, I think, that they realize that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
Right, yeah. And I kind of, but I kind of understood that within like the first, I don't know, 20 minutes, because I was not at all connecting with the main characters. They were acting so superior. They were such assholes to all the other kids, and all the other kids were just being kids.
I mean, I think I don't remember her name in the movie.
One of the
Hale sister.
Molly.
Yeah, she was the only one that was acting superior. The other girl was more like timid.
True.
It was more like I don't really care.
True.
What they do. I mean, they're stupid because they party a lot. I mean, sometimes she showed some of those tendencies.
Yeah.
But she was not as horrible.
No.
Of a person as the other one. She wasn't as judgmental. Basically.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I still think it's gonna be definitely one of the movies that people in a couple of years will one moment.
Okay. there's his mom.
Perks of being a Latin American. Kids and the family everywhere.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No, yeah, I mean, no, the other character I think was more of a. She was more. I would rather hang out with the other girl.
Yes, Kathleen Dever. Her name was in the movie was Amy.
Amy, exactly. I mean, because she seemed like more of a fun person to hang with.
Honestly, though, the one character I like instantly took a liking to was the
Mexican?
The girl, I suppose. The girl. I'm not sure. That the Amy character was kind of
Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan. I thought Ryan, because at first it was like, oh, they're doing the whole trans thing. Okay, I get it. Like she's gender fluid, but as soon as she spoke, she sounded like such a like a surfer dude. Like, yeah, well, cool, man. And I instantly was like, hey, I want to hang out with that person. She seems so fucking funny and so like laid back and kind of like, I don't really understand what you're saying, but that's cool. Like, yeah, kind of like Spicoli, but less antagonistic.
Yeah, I thought she was not the best written character.
No. And she's in like, what, 10 minutes of the movie? But I don't know, I just liked her style.
Attitude, yeah.
Yeah, her attitude was... It was like the
style.
Yeah, it was like the dude in The Big Lebowski. I was like, yeah, I like this one. So I would have liked to see more of that character. And then hopefully they would have written her a little more complex than just being, I guess, the sort of love interest. It was a little weird. But other than that, no, I thought the movie was okay. I thought all the wacky antics they got into on the way to the party just felt like they were just in the way of actually getting to the party. It wasn't like I wasn't enjoying the journey to the party, because that's basically what we're supposed to enjoy, the journey there, not the actual party. But I was definitely enjoying the movie more when they were at the party than the journey to the party.
I like the first party and the main party.
Oh, the first party on the boat?
Yeah.
The one where there's no people?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the reason I stated earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because that was the one that hit me the most.
Yeah.
Because I remember having like parties at that age. Sometimes I didn't want to tell people I was gonna have a party, or just wanted to have with my family, because the feeling the embarrassment of not having people show up.
Yeah.
So,
ooh.
I mean, I've gotten so soft these couple of last 4 years that stuff like that makes me tear up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I feel a lot of empathy for that character.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And I feel bad, and hey, when I was a kid, I would probably have gone to his party, because I would have felt so bad that no one was gonna come.
Yeah, and the way they portray him, you understood that, because they wanted him to be like, yeah, the douchebag that we kind of get to that we learn to love towards the end. But it was so obvious that he was going to be that character that I just liked him from the beginning. So yeah. I definitely sympathized with him at the party, or his party. But the main characters were just being assholes to him. It's like,
They were being super judgmental.
Yes, very judgmental.
I mean, even the Amy character was a bit, but also at the same time she was like, yeah, but we went to a party now, and we like go do our stuff. She was like fine with that being the party.
Yeah,
because in theory it was a super party.
Yeah. But
it is a good movie. I mean, it's a solid 3. Like or a -4. Oh no, 4 minus.
I would say like a 2.5 for me. It's middle of the road. I liked a lot of stuff, but I definitely had some issues
Is
with
it
it.
a 2?
No,
A 2
not
for
not a
me,
2, not a 2, because then
like
it's
a 3.
like yeah,
Because 2, it's passable. You can
two.
see it and not feel bad about it.
2 is barely passable if you're counting on a 5 scale. It's barely
Yeah.
passable, and 2.5, that's passable. 3, it's pretty good, and 4 is really good,
'Cause
and 5 is amazing.
The weird thing, I had 2 scales depending on movies.
Okay.
If the movies are good, they get to be on my 1 to 5.
Okay, and if they're entertaining,
Entertaining, they're 1 to 10.
okay, yeah.
So if I would convert that one to 1 to 10, it's a 7.
Yeah, it would probably be a 6 for me then. So it's slightly above average. It's pretty good. Yeah.
There's stuff to enjoy in the movie, and
Oh, definitely.
I would recommend it. Definitely.
Yeah, and I recommended it as well, but I recommended it to younger people, that are the same age as these characters, because they could probably.
Yeah, that's the thing, because we're a bit older now.
Exactly, that was my whole thing with my review. But I actually called it "I'm too old to enjoy movies" or enjoy this movie, because I had a hard time connecting with the characters because they were so far removed from what my high school years was like.
Yeah.
So if you're in high school now, you'll probably really like it. It'll be your Superbad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's gonna be a classic.
Yeah, maybe.
It's basically the Superbad of this generation.
Yeah. We'll see what kind of numbers it does in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Not just because in America it's technically out in cinemas, but it's a Netflix movie in America, so I don't know if it's gonna have the same reach. But we'll see. We'll get back to that.
Maybe it's gonna have better reach, and I think you should watch it with people. I mean, I watched it with two and a half teachers with my siblings.
Oh, okay. Well, they're teachers,
So,
yeah, so they could probably identify with the characters, or at least recognize the characters in some of their own students.
We went to see 2 movies, and we all said like basically the same. It was good, but it was basically like super bad.
Yeah.
We saw Long Shot after. And
oh, right, yeah.
that was more up my alley of comedy. But it was a good movie. I wish if they made it more of a drama, I would enjoy it more.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Because I think the writing, the characters safe compared to another classic from our high school times, which was Juno.
Mm-hmm. Ugh, yeah.
The character are more believable. What they
Yes.
say.
Yeah, Juno is like a comic book. Those characters are not believable at all.
No, it's a beautiful story. I think, and I still like the movie. And
sure, but they're not.
But
Doesn't feel realistic.
How people talk in that movie with this movie.
Yeah, it's like a Tarantino movie
for kids.
yeah.
Yeah, it is basically. But people should see it, and that's my opinion on Booksmart.
Yeah,
basically.
I mostly agree. And like I mentioned before, I have a full review of it on my channel, so you should just check it out down here somewhere. Right, but speaking of high school movies, we were gonna I don't know, list some of our favorite high school movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have 3 and a couple of honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So,
I for me it was hard just to settle on 3 movies.
Okay.
But these are my 3 favorite movies, and movies I would recommend to anyone that has a sense of humor or can relate to some of the things that happen in the movies.
Yeah. Right. Well, do you want to start? You want to start? Yeah.
I mean, number 3 for me is we talked about this weekend actually.
Yeah.
And it's Get Over It. I think it's one of the
funniest
high school movies ever made. And the story of the heartbreak it's so relatable on so many levels.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I remember I saw Get Over It. I saw it on VHS when it was pretty new still. Yeah, I really liked it. It was the movie that made me discover Ben Foster.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I really liked that one. See if
and we both are big Ben Foster fans, so maybe why we it.
I'm a giant Ben Foster fan to this day.
And it's so good because it has like most of the classic high school actors. If you think about it, it's Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, that's Mila Kunis. Yeah.
Although she isn't that great in the movie, she doesn't say a lot.
No.
I mean, although the best character is the drama teacher that's played by Martin Short. It's my favorite teacher of all time in a movie. Because you always have one teacher that's very, I don't know,
passionate.
Extremely passionate and think they're so much cleverer than the rest of the teachers.
Yeah, they're almost
and they want to.
They're almost a little too good for all this stuff.
Yeah, and want to like just educate young minds and shape them to be something greater.
Yeah. Let's see, I found a there I got the poster up. Get Over It. Yeah.
Yes, and he even has Cisco.
Cisco is in it. And
he's not that bad in the movie.
He's fine. I haven't seen the movie in a long time though. So I don't really remember if he's good or not. But Ben Foster's amazing. I remember
amazing.
Yeah, even back then I think it came out in like 2001. So I probably saw it when I was 12 or 13 and it was like, "Hey, this guy can act. This guy here in the green in the middle, he can act." And he has just continued to do like amazing work in like every movie he's been in. So yeah. I will always remember that movie. If not for like the actual movie, I'll remember it for Ben Foster.
Ben Foster and Martin Short, basically.
Yeah, and then I think
Colin Hanks.
Exactly, almost like without knowing it, like, hey, Colin Hanks is in this, and then realizing that that's Tom Hanks's son. Whoa.
And he's so douchey and funny in the movie.
Yeah. It's a that feels like a movie that more people should have seen because I don't hear people talking to Get Over It.
No, because I think it got overshadowed by another classic movie.
Yeah, it came out almost the same time as Bring It On, around the same time as American Pie, all of those high school movies. They're not on my list. I'll definitely mention American Pie because it's fun.
It's American Pie. The first one, it's at least from a boy's perspective.
Oh, yes, sure.
Very relatable with hormones and everything.
Yes.
But I just think I remember when I was in. Okay, so this would be high school.
Yeah.
And me and another friend that I had since like
kindergarten,
primary school.
Primary school. Okay.
School.
Yeah.
Or the first grade here in Sweden. We loved Get Over It.
Okay.
We showed it to our friends, and they didn't think it was funny at all. And we were like, "Are you retarded? Don't you have any sense of humor?" They didn't even like Martin Short or Ben Foster, and they were trash talking the movie the whole time.
Wow.
And I remember because
almost like a person I know when we watched Independence Day Resurgence. Kind of ruining the movie by talking.
Well, I was.
I'm kidding.
I drank a lot of vodka.
Yeah. We had some other people there that didn't like the movie. Anyway, back to Get Over It.
I would recommend it. I would put it in my top 3 because I think it's just an entertaining movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Maybe not the best high school movie, but it's a fun movie, and it doesn't get the recognition I think it deserves.
Yeah,
compared to the other ones.
And it's not like it's not trying to like accurately portray high school the way Booksmart tries to do it. It's more of a heightened reality, not like a fantasy thing, but it's definitely like it's a movie high school. It takes place in a fictional land basically, which kind of ties into the end when they set up Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, because it's basically almost like Midsummer Night's Dream.
There's
it's an homage to the movie. The play.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
So it's a an homage to Midsummer Night's Dream with high school elements.
Yeah, which makes it just a little more clever than movies like I was gonna say Get Over It, Bring It On, and American Pie. A little more clever, but just a little bit.
I also like actually Bring It On.
I don't think I've seen like a few scenes of it. I know my sister was really into that when she was a little younger, so I caught a glimpse of it, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, your sister's like the same age as my sister, I think.
Yeah, 94. Born in 94, yeah.
So they have the same difference as we have. Because I know they know of one another.
Oh yeah, they're not friends, but they're acquaintances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my little sister also loved Bring It On.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think
it was one of the first DVD movies we owned as a family. So it was Bring It On and like Road Trip that we constantly watched.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
What's your number 3?
My number 3, I'm not sure I have them like perfectly numbered or anything like that, but I'll mention the first one I had that I thought of was actually well, now I can't remember it. Did I put it up over here?
Is it Dazed and Confused?
I'm not sure. I think Dazed and Confused is on my list, but the first movie I would put it on my number 3 because I wasn't even sure it was a high school movie, but you convinced me this weekend. It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, it's up there.
It's there.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a high school movie.
Yeah, cause it
if Booksmart is a high school movie, then Ferris Bueller definitely is.
That's true.
Because it's tackled the same topic. That you have to stop and smell the roses.
Exactly. But he already knows that, so he's just trying to take advantage of the situation. And it's a movie about like staying away from high school, basically.
Yeah, but he's helping his friend to cope with it because his friend is like under a lot of pressure from his parents.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a movie about Ferris Bueller and his girlfriend and his best friend basically skipping class for an entire day. And getting out there and enjoying life because his friend is, like you said, is constantly down in the dumps, constantly feeling this immense pressure to perform in school and to get into a great school because his father is this like rich guy that only cares about him being the best at what he does. So it's like, hey, sometimes you gotta have some fun as well, and that's what they do. They have a lot of fun in that movie.
They break a lot of laws.
And that movie, even more than Get Over It, it's not trying to be like a realistic movie. That all John Hughes movies take place in some weird fictional world where every kid is has super rich parents and can just get away with anything, which make them a lot of fun. I mean, it's the same thing with like Home Alone is the same thing. It's not a high school movie, and Breakfast Club, and I think St. Elmo's Fire is another one, but that's a college movie. His movies are they take place in this weird fairy tale world, sort of. But that's what kind of makes it fun, because they can break a lot of rules that way. And it has an amazing cameo by Charlie Sheen as this like strung out gutter punk in the police station towards the end. It's amazing.
Plays himself, basically.
Yeah, it's himself.
I think he joked about it.
Yeah, but it was like before he became that fucked up guy he is now. So he was like playing his future self, basically. But I don't know. That's like a classic. Even if you don't like high school movies, you should watch it either way. It's an amazing movie. It's just so much fun.
I think it's a bucket list movie.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they even reference it in Spider-Man: Homecoming. So that must count for something. Oh right, yeah, the post-credit scene in Deadpool 1. That's Ferris Bueller had a post-credit scene in the fucking 80s. What about that, Marvel? What about that? Yeah, it's a I don't want to say groundbreaking movie, but it's a very unique movie, especially for its time. And Matthew Broderick is amazing as Ferris Bueller. The only downside is Jeffrey Wright, who plays the headmaster or principal. I mean, he's good in the movie. It's just that he turned out to be a pedophile. So
oh. But he always plays the same character in all the movies.
So. Yeah.
And another thing that actually just came up to mind is the two movies we mentioned had really good and memorable soundtracks.
Oh yeah. I think Ferris Bueller even has like a Beatles song in it. If I don't remember.
Twist and Shout.
Oh right, Twist and Shout. Yeah.
And they also have a rendition of Smith's song when they're in the museum.
Oh right.
Please let me get what I want.
Yeah. And they're soundtracks of their time because Get Over It has a lot of early 2000s music.
Yeah, it has that 2000 music, and I remember because the first scene in Get Over It is when he gets dumped.
Yes, that's the Vitamin C song.
No, they play Captain Tennille.
Oh, okay.
Love Will Keep Us Together.
Oh right, but it's performed by Vitamin C.
Yeah.
And she's in the scene. That's a lot of fun, right? She's like walking along with him, singing. Yeah, and the whole scene becomes like a dance number from a musical. Yeah, kind of like in Ferris Bueller when they play Twist and Shout, the whole city becomes a musical for 2 minutes. It's amazing. Yeah, they do have a lot of similarities. But
and also the end song is Cisco's version of September.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But the song is still a memorable song. And
sure. The Cisco rendition. Oh my God.
But I think this is the whole cast basically.
Yeah.
But I think that's the reason why they picked Cisco, so they could have an artist.
Exactly. So they can have him sing in the movie.
But I think it's important for a high school movie to have a good soundtrack. How do we mention it?
Well, I don't think it's important for every high school movie to have it, but the high school movies that do have a good soundtrack are the ones that are memorable.
For example, Superbad has a good soundtrack.
Yes.
And Booksmart, I think, has a really good soundtrack as well.
Yeah, it has some songs that
are memorable, good, and
yeah. The only one I remember though is I think it has a Mac Lethal song towards the end, and when they leave the police station. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I remember. Picture this. Yeah. But what is your?
You can tie a scene together really beautifully.
Oh sure, yeah, it fits that scene perfectly. What is your second one?
2. Yeah. I'm gonna give a super boring answer.
Okay.
So it's The Breakfast Club.
Well, then we don't have to. We can just do a double take here because my number 2 is also Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
It's that one is a classic. Because
what more can we say?
Yeah, it sort of does the same thing that Booksmart does. It takes these like stereotypical high school characters, but fleshes them out and turns them into real people. And you like sympathize with people you would never care for in a real life setting because you're like, I don't want to hang out with the jock, or I don't want to hang out with the nerd, or I don't want to hang out with the freak, or and then it's like, oh wait, they're all real people under these stereotypes.
It's a beautiful movie.
It's a really, really good movie. Yeah, it's wonderful.
If people haven't seen the movie, they are our age. Shame on you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was made for the generation that came before us.
Yeah.
Like, not our parents, but people that are like 10 years younger than our parents. But it's the themes and the stereotypes are so universal, at least up until our generation, that even when I watched it the first time, I think it must have been like 9. I was just past high school, like 19 or 20. And I could empathize with all of the characters, and I could connect with all of the characters because they're so well written. So, and I don't want to spoil the movie, because that is one that people really, really should watch. It's a really good movie. Once again, written and directed by John Hughes, who made Ferris Bueller.
And even though I would want to put another movie just to give it more recognition, I think still you can't have a top high school movies without including that one.
No.
Because it never gets boring.
Yeah, no.
I can watch. I think I watch it like at least once every 2 years.
Yeah. Oh,
basically.
See if I can. Here's a picture of it. Oh, it's a bad picture.
Yeah, a picture of us on the stream. If people subscribe on YouTube, they can see the picture that you made.
Oh right, yeah. The thumbnail for this stream is it's this poster basically, or not that poster, but a different poster, with with our faces on it. Breakfast Club. It's just a really good movie. Like it transcends the high school genre. It's just a really good movie.
It's a timeless classic.
Yeah, I think so. Well, judging from how all the characters are in Booksmart, do you think that these kind of stereotypes still exist, or have kids kind of moved past those kind of stereotypes? I don't know. I'm not in high school, so I don't know. But
no, I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, it's definitely a movie. It is timeless.
Some elements are still in there.
Yeah.
The jock is still in Booksmart.
That's true. Yeah, and the
freak or the freak, whether
the weirdo, yeah,
is still in Booksmart.
And the bookworms and the rich girl or the pretty girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it truly is a timeless movie, right?
Should we go to our number ones? I mean, we can't say more about this movie.
No, you can't really say much more about it without getting into specific scenes and stuff that happens, and I don't want to spoil it. So there's some really hard-hitting stuff that happens towards the end. So but watch The Breakfast Club if you haven't. It's definitely worth your time. It's like 1 hour and 30, and you will never regret it.
You'll
really
be
good.
Crying in no time after watching that.
Yeah, you'll cry, you'll laugh, you'll be angry, you'll be dancing. I should watch that again. Not just thinking about it, because I haven't seen it in a few years. I'm going to watch that. It's a really good movie.
It's really good.
Yeah. Right, so what's your number one? Let's see, maybe we have the same here as well. I don't know.
I have Dazed and Confused.
Oh, okay. No, it's not my number one, but I definitely had that on my list. Yeah. Dazed and Confused is also, that's a lot of fun.
I mean, I think that's the best high school movie ever made.
Well, I disagree on that, but sure. I think it's really, really good.
Because I think it has all the elements. You see when they go from junior high to high school and become freshmen, and how the feeling of the last day of school, and some students going to do better things, or just go into the next year and becoming seniors.
Yeah,
I think it's a really beautiful movie, and it has Matthew McConaughey.
Right. Not as a high school student though.
Definitely not as a high school student.
As a creepy 20-something guy that wants to date high school girls. It's like, hey man.
Like a college dropout, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I think he's like 3 years older than the other guys.
Right, yeah.
Or 2 years.
And he has a
he's older.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah, he's older. See, I should.
And I don't know, I like every. It was Ben Affleck's one of his.
Oh right, movies. He's in that one as well. Oops, that was the wrong button. Hold on. There we are. We're back.
It's really good. I mean, I think also it's not as a timeless classic as Breakfast Club.
No, that's definitely more of a time capsule.
Yeah, but even though it has some things that you can still relate to today, or from
definitely
your own high school days.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember the feeling when I became a junior in our junior high,
Mm,
and I remember the fear I had for
the
the
bigger
ninth
kids.
graders. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that as well. I remember from like when I was a fourth grader, I was really scared of the fifth graders back
Yeah.
in Muttvik skolan. Yeah.
Because you
No.
had a lot of respect for the older ones.
Yes, exactly.
Like they have in the movie, and they have a lot of the topics are still
Relevant.
like relevant today about uh, the whole drug thing, and they can't party the team.
Yeah. And yeah, and like you said, it has a lot of like it has people that are. It takes place on the last day of school or the first day of
Yeah, the last day of school,
spring break or whatever it's called. Sommarlov here in Sweden. Summer vacation. And you have freshmen, you have seniors, and there's all these. All of them are not sure where they're going in their life. Like the college students, like what college am I going to get into, and the freshmen are like how am I going to survive high school? Because you get all the hazing scenes as well. Those are pretty terrible.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't really have that. We don't have the hazing culture in Sweden. We have a little bit of it, but it's very, very subdued if you compare it to very, very mild. I'm glad for that. And then you have all the different stereotypes as well. The in-betweeners, the stoners. They're a bit more. The stereotypes are a bit more, I don't know, gritty, if you will, because we didn't really have stoners in our school in the same way, and we didn't really have people that wanted to like beat up other students in our school. So, but it's because it takes place in the 70s, so it's another generation back.
The thing about that movie, I know we give praise to the 2 movies before or 3 movies before that they were not as realistic, but they had something surreal to it that made them so good. But if you compare it to the movies, the high school movies, they're supposed to be portrayed in a realistic way, like Booksmart or Superbad in some ways.
In some ways, yeah. Yeah.
This movie is, I think, the realest high school movie in that, because you have the nerd that's fighting the bully in the movie that finally stands up for himself.
Yeah, and I mean it's literally based on the director's like own high school years.
Yeah, I think so.
Keep forgetting, or at least like situations that other students were in, or stuff he saw, or stuff he experienced himself. Let's see, Dazed and Confused. It's the guy that made Boyhood. You know, the movie that took 12 years to make.
Yeah, the movie that I liked and you didn't.
I gotta say, I was kind of a hypocrite back then, because I remember watching that movie, sitting. Quick tangent here about Boyhood, watching it for 3 hours, and I was like, in my mind, when the movie started to getting towards the end, I was like, is this? I mean, it's fine, but is this it? And then afterwards, when I was asked about it, I didn't want to say that it was kind of lame, because it took 12 years to make, so it has to be good. Yeah. So I was like, oh, it's definitely special. But having rewatched it, I've rewatched it in segments over the years, because it's 3 hours long. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. I mean, sure, it reflects, once again, reflects high school, or and like all your school years, but it's not like a good movie that way. It's just, oh yeah, it reminds me of high school, but I've been there myself. Give me something else.
No, I enjoyed that. I mean, I think
I wouldn't call it bad, but it's not like amazing, like people say.
It's a beautiful story, and I don't think it's the most amazing movie.
No, yeah. Richard Linklater is the guy, by the way. Richard Linklater.
Definitely not the best movie that came out that year.
No. It
was Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I would say though, Patricia Arquette deserved the Oscar. She's the best part of the movie, the mother.
Yeah, definitely.
But Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, no, I think it's the realest high school movie that's ever made, and it feels very grounded, and it feels so real when you have the different stoners and these different cliques,
Mm.
and it's gonna sound super weird, but I can kind of relate to some aspect of the main character.
Who is the main character?
He's one of the twin brothers. One that was in Seventh Heaven. The other one was in Mallrats. Can't remember their name.
But yeah, but it feels more like an ensemble movie because
It is.
I think in some ways it's the long-haired like younger guy feels like the main character for a while. But yeah, I guess he is like the main character.
He's like the glue that holds all the cliques together.
Yeah, that's true.
Think about it.
Yeah,
because he can relate to everyone. And in Högstadiet here, in ninth grade, 6th to 9th,
junior high, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of hung around the different cliques all the time. Sometimes I couldn't hang with the cool kids, even though I preferred to hang with the nerds.
Nerds, yeah. Yeah, I was also kind of like an in-betweener.
And I did a lot of sports back then.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell now, but
yeah, I don't want to judge, but
I was way in better shape back then.
Yeah.
And in high school. So I couldn't kind of relate and because he has the same thing, because he gets different things from the different people. And
that's true. Yeah.
And I think he's a really good character.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I really like whatever that guy's called. Yeah, the nerd who fights the jock. What's he called? Adam Goldberg is the actor. Plays Mike. Yeah. I really like him. I just like him as an actor, so I think he did a really good job.
He's a fun actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good cast.
Yeah.
It is, because almost every single one of them had a kind of successful career.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Mila Jovovich's first movie. It's kind of fun.
Exactly.
She married one of the other actors. Like during filming, they like eloped basically and went to Vegas, I think, because they were shooting it in Los Angeles, and they got married. And they came back. They had it annulled, but still, they just ran away and got married. That's a weird story from behind the scenes.
I mean, there's 2 Oscar winners in that movie.
Oh yeah, Matthew McConaughey and which is the other one?
Did it say he was an actor?
Oh,
Ben Affleck.
Oh right, Ben Affleck. Yeah.
He's one
I
too,
keep
right?
forgetting Ben Affleck's.
I mean, Ben Affleck's one of the most memorable bullies, because.
Oh yeah.
When you think of
he's like really like evil, dude.
He's super evil.
Yeah.
And they kind of explain it in the movie, why he's like that.
Yeah, because he's a product of that environment. Because he had to experience the same thing when he was a kid. And
also, I think they named it he didn't pass. He couldn't graduate. And I think
right.
Because he's from a poorer neighborhood as well.
Yeah. I
think, compared to the other kids.
Yeah, he's got 2 Oscars. Yeah, he won for Best Motion Picture of the Year, Argo, in 2012. Yeah, right. Yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah, I really hate his character, but I do understand him, which is the hallmark of great writing, so where you can understand the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly, because
it's Thanos.
I mean, he's not a bully because the movie needed a bully.
No.
The movie needed a bully, but they explain
why he's a bully.
And even the other guys in the movie think of him as an asshole for most of the part, but he's sometimes can show that he's a kind of a cool guy to them, to the other popular kids. It is a good movie, because you can at least, if you watch it, you will remember. You can think of the movie and think, yeah, I had a guy that was like that. Yeah, I met the guy in high school who was that that. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I think it's the best, because it's the most realistic of all the high school movies.
Well, thinking of it then, like, because my number one is Superbad.
Yeah,
because it's definitely a movie that like shaped my interest in movies, and and it kind of, even though it's a kind of a heightened reality, it's a comedy. It's not like real life. It definitely reflects, I think, our time in high school pretty well. I mean, I didn't party with adults, but other than that, it was pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And it's just, but other than it being like relatable, it is just such a fun movie to watch. It is so quotable, and there's so many good characters in it. There's something about those early Apatow comedies that he produced. They're just amazing, and I think Superbad is my favorite out of those. You have Anchorman, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, Superbad, and some others. And I think Superbad is my favorite, just because I was in the right age. I was 17 when that came out, so it was perfect.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yes.
I would have included it. I mean, I think objectively it's a better movie than, for example, Get Over It, so I would have had it there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, objectively, it's a better movie, definitely.
I mean, I only took Get Over It because it's one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that I think it's better than Superbad.
Yeah, there's a difference between the best movie and your favorite movie. That's very different.
I think I had this conversation like a billion times with my brother.
Yeah, I've had that conversation as well. Because people don't seem to understand that you can enjoy movies for different reasons.
Yeah. Go watch your goddamn Independence Day.
Right. I wasn't even thinking of that. Right.
No, I agree. Because, for example, I always say that Die Hard is my favorite movie of all time, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's not the best movie I've seen.
No, it's not the best movie. But once you go in a quick tangent, I would definitely count it as a perfect movie. That movie can't be made better.
No.
It's perfect in its execution. So I can definitely respect that being your favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, and I mean, Superbad, if we'd had top 5, it would definitely got there. Even in a top 3 if I put it as the best high school movies I watched. Because we made like a mix match of best and favorite.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why it doesn't.
We should say that we kind of threw this episode together over the weekend, because we had like, oh yeah, we're gonna do high school movies, and it was like, I wasn't really sure until today that like, what movies do I actually like that are high school movies?
And I also knew you would pick Superbad, so I tried to
avoid it. Yeah,
and I think you knew I was gonna pick Days to Confuse, and I was like, I'm gonna pick it. And both were like, we cannot have Breakfast Club in our list.
Yeah, because then we would basically have the same list. So yeah.
But again, it's a perfect high school movie. It's like they say, it's they wrote it because they thought it would be funny if it happened like this. For them, it's like a fantasy of theirs.
Yeah, because it's not explicitly based on a real story, but it is like
based on them.
It's based on them, yeah. And if they were in that situation, the Seth and the Adam character? No, not Adam.
Ethan.
What's his name? Damn it! Hold on.
It's Ethan.
Is it Ethan? Seth and Ethan? Because Jonah Hill plays Seth, who is Seth.
Yeah. And Ethan.
Seth Rogen in real life.
And his friend, his name is Ethan, right?
Let's see here. Superbad. Evan Goldberg. Right. So Michael Cera plays Evan, who is based on Evan Goldberg, who is one of the writers. Jonah Hill plays Seth, who is based on Seth Rogen. And then Christopher Mintz-Plasse plays Fogel, which is a made-up character, made up out of several different characters from their high school years. And what's fun about that is that Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen wrote that movie when they were in high school, because it was like a perfect high school, like or perfect day in high school would be this. A perfect party, a perfect day would be this day. So they kind of wrote what they wanted their high school experience to be. And I can really relate to that, because like watching high school movies before you were in high school, like American Pie or I saw Get Over It before I was in high school. It was like, wow, high school seems like a lot of fun. And then you get there and it's like, it's kind of like elementary school, but you're a little older, basically. So I can definitely relate to them wanting to be in this more fantastic version of high school. And just like Breakfast Club, I would count this as like a cult classic, because it's still remembered. It's almost 20 years old at this point. Almost 15. And I don't think it's like, I think it's going to be remembered for at least as long as we're alive.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, it's the Booksmart of our generation.
Exactly. So, and I think, yeah, and because of that, you're probably right. Booksmart will probably be as memorable, just for another generation than ours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is from another perspective as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if people see this video in the future, watch Superbad first, then Booksmart. Then you can get the two different the female and the male perspective.
Yes. That also makes them into very different movies. Because guys and girls are... I don't care what people say, guys and girls are very different, especially in their teens. They're very, very different. They have very different goals with their days. Yeah. I could really, really relate to, especially the Evan character, the kind of like, aw shucks kind of guy. The Michael Cera character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
It's so much fun.
I remember watching that movie, and me and my friend Martin, not...
I know.
Like I usually say my Martin.
Your Martin, yeah. We have two Martins in our friend group, but he's... I met him through you, and you met my Martin through me, right? Yeah.
And we went to a New Year's Eve party.
Mm-hmm.
And our relationship has always been almost like Evan and Seth.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, guess who I was, basically, but not as extreme.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, always making cracking jokes and everything, and Martin's more like, calm down. And we went to a party, we went to like a New Year's like 3 different New Year's Eve parties.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up getting to back to my parents' house. And we're like drunk, and we're both like, I love you, man. I love you too, man. And we started to watch like 3:10 to Yuma at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because we thought the party was so fucking boring.
Yeah, that's such a part. That's such a great part of that movie is that their relationship, even though they start out as friends, but their relationship is tested throughout the movie because they're going to different schools, and they've kind of, at least Evan's character has kind of been hanging out with Seth because he has to, because he doesn't really have a lot of other friends. And now there's a chance for him to like detach himself from Seth and kind of grow as a person, but he still loves Seth as a friend. So yeah, there's a lot of complexity behind that. Then even though it's like based on a made-up story, the characters are very real in that sense. And I love a good bromance in movies. So I really, really connected with that.
So, I mean,
that's why it's my favorite.
It's a good movie. It's great.
It's a really good movie. And
as we mentioned once again, both Dazed and Confused and Superbad soundtrack are amazing.
Yeah, they like compose a lot of like 70s like funk music, like original songs for the Superbad soundtrack, which is amazing. So like they wanted to have this. That's kind of weird because it takes place in modern times or early 2000s, but it has this 70s vibe to it, both with the music and the clothes, and the style.
Yeah.
So it kind of mixes. It has some of the Dazed and Confused feeling, but with a modern setting, which is very interesting. And I think that's just because when they wrote the movie, it was like the early 80s or something.
Yeah, I think so.
So that makes sense. Yeah, it's definitely, I think, of the movies that Seth Rogen has written, it's definitely his best movie. I don't think he's gonna surpass that one. Maybe Funny People, but he didn't write Funny People.
Oh, you started it.
Yeah, that was Judd Apatow, right?
But
Yeah.
What he did write it out. Didn't he and his friend write 50-50?
He was involved in writing 50-50, yeah.
Because it was based on their friendship.
Oh yeah, he had that role in real life. He was that character in real life in 50-50. And I think he was involved.
Evan had cancer, right? Was it Evan that had
no, it wasn't Evan. It was someone else. It wasn't Evan Goldberg. I don't think so, at least. Maybe. I don't know. Because then it's like a spiritual sequel to Superbad. That would be weird. But kind of cool. But then I think he co-wrote Pineapple Express. Now that's a really good movie as well. But I do prefer Superbad over Pineapple Express.
Yeah, I mean,
now when we do top 10 stoner movies, we can discuss Pineapple Express.
We saw it together actually in the cinemas.
Oh yes, we did. We
watched that one and
first Hangover. Yeah.
No, we didn't watch the first Hangover together.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
And we laughed at all the pictures in the credits.
No, we watched Scorcher. What's it called? Tropic Thunder together.
Oh, okay. Well, who the hell did I see? Oh, okay. Anyway, well, I did see Hangover with someone. Okay, it wasn't you.
I remember I saw it with some, like, 2 girl friends.
That's a weird. What was those? Are those girls that you were friends with?
Exactly.
Okay, so girl friends.
I mean, I know it was raised Mormon, but come on.
I don't know. I just say friends, man. I don't see gender. I just say friends.
No, it's just I just remember they were girls.
I'm kidding. Yeah. But those are my top 3.
I mean, it's definitely a good top 3. Mine would have probably almost been like the same.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I put Dazed and Confused up there, and we talked about Get Over It this weekend, so I knew you were gonna have it in your list.
Yeah, so. I know, and like you said, I convinced you the first people watch the movies. I know
exactly.
Gonna put it there.
But
so I think it's definitely a good recommendation for 6 fantastic high school movies.
Oh yeah, every movie we've mentioned here, even like American Pie that we've just mentioned in passing.
Yeah,
watch the first one. It's a good movie. But one movie that I discovered now while just putting up some of the few high school movies I actually own, I adore Footloose. You've seen Footloose, right? With Kevin Bacon, the dance movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But I didn't want to put it on the list because that's more of it's not a high school movie. It's a dance movie or a musical, I suppose.
I would say musical dance movie.
Exactly. But that is an amazing movie about going to high school, but it's more about the dancing aspects of it.
Yeah, it's like saying Grease is a high school movie.
Exactly, yeah, but it's a musical.
It's a musical in a high school setting.
Exactly. But I just wanted to mention Footloose because that's a movie I can watch that. I don't know. I can watch it anytime. I can put it on any time of the day, any time of year. It doesn't matter if I'm happy or I'm sad or I'm angry. Just put on Footloose and it'll fix anything. I fucking love Footloose.
So it's your antidepressive.
Yes. It's one of those movies. I have a few of those.
Mine is still Die Hard. It's so weird.
What?
When I feel depressed, I just watch Die Hard. I think
well, yeah,
at least my days that go with that this bad.
Well, it
makes me laugh.
Because you know what, Die Hard is a fuck yeah movie. It has so many fuck yeah moments. You get happy watching it.
Maybe we should tackle soon. What's it called? High school movies.
We just did high school movies.
No, I mean college movies.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I've seen a few of them. I've definitely seen more high school movies though. But we should do. We should do stoner movies because then we could use Dazed and Confused again, and we could do Pineapple Express. But college
and
movies.
The interview.
Yeah, the interview. We could talk about the interview. Yeah. Well, I can talk about what I remember from the interview. Ha ha ha. Oh well. But
Or maybe we could definitely, because we talked about the impact movies had. We should have the most impactful movies we've watched.
Ooh, that would be a that would be a list I would actually have to sit down and like think about. Like, hey, what movies have actually impacted my life? Yeah, but yeah, definitely. But did you have any honorable mentions except for those on my list?
Come again?
Did you have any honorable mentions that weren't in your top 3, but
except for
the ones on my list?
I mean, yeah, 2.
Okay.
The 2 I'm thinking about is 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, that's the one. I've never actually seen that movie.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, or you just don't remember it?
I mean, I've seen parts of it on TV, but I've never actually sat down and watched it. Actually, I haven't.
I mean,
sorry.
It's fine. No, but it's a really it's an enjoyable movie, and it has Heath Ledger in it and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I thought they were brothers because they looked really similar.
Me too, especially in that movie. They look very alike. Yeah.
And also, Jesus, I forgot the second one, but it's that one. And She's All That. I really like it.
I get that confused with She's All That and Never Been Kissed. Which one is which?
Never Been Kissed is the Drew Barrymore one.
Oh, okay. But Freddie Prinze Jr. is in both of them, right?
Or is he?
Like I said, I get them mixed up. I have no idea. I thought Never Been Kissed. No, wait, Never Been Kissed is the dark-haired girl.
No,
isn't it?
It's Drew Barrymore. It's Drew Barrymore.
Wait,
I bet you all my credibility as a movie enthusiast.
Okay, I'm gonna look up. We'll start with Never Been Kissed.
Yeah, starring Drew Barrymore.
Let's see here. Yep, that's Drew Barrymore, David Arquette. What's the story? A newspaper reporter enrolls in high school as part of research for a story. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wait, okay. But
She's All That is the other movie you're thinking about with the girl that's in Josie and the Pussycats.
She's All That.
With Paul Walker as well and Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, and that's the one with Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah, and the girl is played by Rachel Lee Cook. Right.
Yeah, and they make a bet and everything.
A high school jock makes a bet that he can turn an unattractive girl into the school's prom queen. Right. And I get, because the story in that is basically that she's never been kissed. So I get those two mixed up. I don't think I've ever even seen Never Been Kissed. I've only seen She's All That.
You know what movie we forgot about? I'm kind of embarrassed we haven't mentioned as an honorable mention.
No?
Mean Girls.
Well, let's discuss Mean Girls for a while, because I have the unpopular opinion, apparently, that Mean Girls is just okay.
But it's still a good high school movie, in my opinion.
Oh, sure. But I mean, that movie has like a cult status. Even among older people, not just people in that age, when the movie, that are age appropriate or whatever you want to call it.
I mean, the comedy in that movie is amazing. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, people say that, and I saw it because of that when I was, I don't know, a few years ago, maybe when I was 24 or something. And sure, it wasn't bad. I mean, I skipped it when I was a kid because it's just a stupid girls movie. But then people said, no, it's actually a good movie, so I watched it, and yeah, it's definitely better than other high school movies, but I don't really get it.
But did you watch it alone?
I think I watched it with my sister. Or I could have watched it alone. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because come on, you have to watch comedies with people.
I guess, yeah.
I think.
Maybe that's
because it's part of the thing that you share the laughter. If you don't laugh at the joke, you at least laugh at the other person laughing like a pig at the joke.
Right.
No, but I think Mean Girls it's definitely one of the better high school movies.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I should rewatch it then with you, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
And apparently 10 things I hate about you.
All right, yeah. Yeah, maybe next movie night will be high school movies.
Next cookout.
Yeah. We'll do
Burgers.
high school movies.
We can do crappy cafeteria food and watch high school movies.
We'll do pink drinks and watch Mean Girls. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
But that's the only one I can think about.
Yeah. Yeah. There's probably some other movie. Yeah, I put that was mostly a joke, but I put Soul Man up there. Have you seen that one? That's a pretty good high school movie. The white kid that pretends to be an African American to get a scholarship. Incredibly racist, but very funny.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god. Oh, that's a pretty good one. I like
Porky's even.
Oh, I saw Porky's when I was a kid. I can't even remember it.
No.
That's
but
like
that's American Pie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically
American
the same.
Pie-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a teen sex comedy, which is kind of weird, but yeah.
Because because the Porky's, for a period of time, like we talked about, Who Am I? They showed Porky's like 2 a.m. Every weekend.
That's when I was asleep. So that's why I missed it. But that's I think that's my knowledge of high school movies basically. I really recommend Superbad, Breakfast Club, Dazed and Confused. Get Over It.
I mean, both both
Bueller's
our lists
Day Off.
are definitely should watch those movies.
Yeah, because like all the movies we had on our list, our top 3 lists they're basically classics at this point. So you owe it to yourself to watch them.
I think you should watch it in the order that we told as well.
Oh sure, yeah. Because
you start with like Get Over It.
Get Over It, yeah. If we gotta rank them, that's probably the lowest of those 6.
Then you go to Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Then Breakfast Club. You go to Breakfast Club.
And you end it with Dazed and Confused and Superbad.
And then you end it with Superbad.
Yeah.
Because then you hit like it ties it all together beautifully when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because you had the 2 more serious movies before.
Oh yeah.
Superbad.
And with a little
Superbad it has a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And then you can say Booksmart. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, wow, we managed to do almost an hour and a half, even though we were like, we don't really have enough. We'll just do a short stream and we'll talk about it. And we come back strong next week. But hey, we did an hour and 20. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we went for a long rant on Booksmart though. Yeah,
we did. There was more to say than I thought there was actually.
And also, if people think of right wing, I'm definitely left wing. I think would agree that I'm very left.
Yeah. Gabba is even more left than I am. It's just, and he can say those things because, like we said, he's a person of color. So you can't be racist towards him. Remember that, YouTube and Twitter people. Can't be racist. He's a minority.
The only thing he said was, wasn't enough white people. I don't think it's realistic.
Yeah, I was like, hey, wait, okay. No, but I understand what you're saying though. But I mean,
yeah, I was just thinking about when you said that our school was on the right side of tracks, and like I mentioned to you several times that the most racist thing I heard in my life was when I was walking home with a couple of friends, both were Swedes.
Okay.
And one of them said to me, "Don't you live on the other side of the tracks?"
Oh my god!
It's the most racist thing I heard in my life.
Yeah, but that's.
But so funny.
And kind of harmless, but still like, what the fuck? Fuck you!
I mean, it's real. I played, the angry immigrant that scared the shit out of him.
Oh, okay.
I was like, now I can just mess with this guy. I said, no, I live here. I live here all my life.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, on that note of real life racism, we're gonna end this high school stream. We'll see you next week. I don't know if Christopher's going to be in it, so I won't. He said the earliest would be in July.
Yeah.
But he'll probably be super jet lagged, so we'll see. But we'll be streaming either way, so keep a lookout. Same high school channel, same high school time or something. Bye.
Bye.